Okay. Today the furnace died, and tonight is supposed to be down, I think, around 3, and then tomorrow morning it's supposed to be right around, with wind chill, -7. And yeah, so it's supposed to be pretty freaking cold tonight, and the furnace died. So we're gonna take a look and see what we can do to get the furnace going, and we'll play it from there. I've worked on furnaces before. Um, I've worked on my furnace before. I've worked on other furnaces before, and uh, I first started working out of necessity when I was short on cash when I was a lot younger. So, but yeah, if you have any questions, type them down, and before we start watching, I'm gonna do the YouTuber thing. And why don't you go ahead and hit that like, share, subscribe button, and we'll get started. And I hope it's helpful to you. I really do. Well, the furnace stopped working, and of course it stops working on the coldest day of the year. So I already looked at it once. I kind of see what the problem is, and I tinkered with it a little bit. The thermal overload on the motor keeps tripping, and if I reset it after it cools off, she'll fire up again, but it keeps tripping. My guess is the centrifugal switch inside the motor is stuck in the closed position. So I'm going to disconnect everything and take this unit out and set it up in my garage so I can tear it apart and work on it. All right, let's see what we got. All right, we got the motor separated. This is way, there we go. We got the motor here separated from the pump and the nozzle with the electrodes. So tear into it a little bit. I don't have a tripod for this phone out here in the garage, so bear with me. This will be a step-by-step thing that I'm doing here, but yeah, we'll get it. Yeah, so the turns out the motor died. I took it apart. You can see the burn marks right on the windings, and that's why she's tripping out as soon as it fires up. I bench tested it, and with the motor separated, it fired up and then immediately tripped out and let some more smoke out. And she's toast. Yeah, she's toast. And yes, I know how to bench test the motor. I've done it many times in the past. So, but this is the kind of stuff we're dealing with today. Of all days, the furnace decides to die. So I went out and I picked up a new one. And this is, yeah. Nice weather here today. So, but anyhow. This is the area I live. It's pretty friggin' beautiful. Give you a little tour of my road. Roads aren't too bad here, thank God. So, but this is the road I live on. couple of houses. And right up there is my house up on the hill. Turn you off before you can see the number. Alright, just got back from the parts store. You can see I got the motor and the coupler right here. Might as well do that while I'm in the middle of it. And that's my grand total. So that's what it's actually costing me to repair this furnace. But this is the switch, the centrifugal switch that I repaired numerous times before. And centrifugal switch works. Let me show you, see if I could do this for you. Put this in there. Okay. Now when that's all the way down, that is pressing, that's pressing that switch in place. And when the motor starts spinning, these little weights in here will pull outward and pull that switch and disengage the switch. And those contacts burn over time in here, and they get pitted, and there's times where they can get pitted to the point where they could fuse together. And I thought that's what was going on with the motor, but it's not. It does work just fine. What happened was right in here, you can see the rest of it. Right in here, I got burnt windings, and I am not one to rewind the motor. So that's pretty much the scoop there. Here's my new motor. Didn't even open the box yet, so I guess this is the, we can call this a box opening here. Why is the, oh, okay. Okay, I was going to say, why is it on the bottom? Well, you're just opening it wrong, that's all. So here's the new motor. Yep, let's get it out. Okay, come on. There we go. This one has a capacitor on the side. It won't have the centrifugal switch in the middle. So that's pretty much it for now. All right, here we can. All right, here we can see one of the reasons you're this far into your repair. This coupler, the fan goes on here, then the coupler goes on, okay? Then this other end gets pushed into the center of the pump to drive this. You might as well replace it, and here's why, okay? Can you see that is the only thing that is left of the key? A little flat area in the whole circle. Here's what it's supposed to look like. A circle with a flat spot in it. Okay? And you can see the side it was hitting on. So they wear out. They wear out. This one's not as bad, but you can see even that one is turning into the shape that the other side is in. It's got just a little bit of a crown there. And this one here is brand new. I have to cut this to length, which I already knew. I actually replaced this one 2 years ago, 3 years ago maybe, I don't know. But I replaced this one a long time ago. And well, it's time to pull up the new one. All right, with the magic of TV and video, it's done. Well, in all reality, it only took a Sharpie, drawing the length against this, deducting for the material that's on either end of the cap, and then taking it over here to my chop saw. Yeah, we're doing a puzzle. One important thing here you want to keep in mind when you put the new adapted motor on, do not over torque the ears, okay? They're just cast aluminum, so just put them on snug. It ain't going anywhere. I just don't want anybody snapping their ears off. That would not be a comfortable experience. So, yeah, just keep them, just snug them, just enough, not a lot. It's not going anywhere. Okay. Once you put it back in and you get the first bolt on, it's generally pretty easy. Of course, I'm watching through the camera. You just use the first bolt to hold it. First nut, bolt, whatever. I'm putting the nuts on the bolts. So, yeah, you just use that to hold it. Just get them fairly, just surface. There we go. Yep. Just finger tightening it for now. And then I'll pull it in a little bit. And make sure you put the fender washers on. Okay. Don't forget the fender washers. I did check my electrodes and nozzle. Everything looks good. So there is absolutely no carbon buildup. A lot of times, if you're not firing correctly, the air tube, the end of the air tube here, this has little fins on it. If your nozzle's dirty, you're going to notice carbon and soot buildup on it. If your electrodes are out of whack, you're going to notice carbon and soot buildup because it's not firing properly. This thing's pretty clean. Okay, and then when we're tightening it, you want to give it enough just so the gasket seals. And you don't need to torque the hell out of it. Okay, see how much torque I put on that? You can't put a whole lot on when you're just using your fingertips. Okay, and this one down here. Yeah, I forgot to turn my flashlight off. This one needs a little more since there we go. When I left, and she's still lit up. Yep, it's an Olight. I think it's the Seeker 2 Olight. I can do this while I'm recording because I can obviously turn a wrench one-handed. All right, I'm going to start putting the electronics back on, and we'll see how we're going from there. Okay, I put all the parts back on. I followed my wiring diagram from when I took pictures of it before I took it apart. And then I bled the fuel line. I'll clean that up after I make sure everything works. But she should be ready to fire. Let's see. Switch on. Open a little hatch. Oh, she's burning. We got heat. Works beautifully. And, you know, well, if you got a little bit of aptitude, don't be afraid to tackle a job like this by yourself. I've had to do it myself. Well, alright, maybe that doesn't count. I've been working on a furnace off and on. It's not my job, trust me. But yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, she's burning. So, but oh, I see what I've been doing. I've been hitting the stop button instead of the flip button. Oh, I gotta get my flashlight out of there. Yeah, this flashlight I've been using, it's Olight. I have to say it's my favorite flashlight, Seeker 2. It's a little pricey, but I accidentally left this thing on, looking at the wrong end of the phone. accidentally left this thing on when I went to get the pump. Then I met the missus for lunch, and yeah, it's been on a long time and it's still going. But yeah, we got heat. We definitely have heat. Just putting the furnace door back on so I can go up and get some tissues, clean up the rest of that diesel fuel or fuel oil. So yeah, I'm feeling the warmth. It's not a hard job. I'd say working time, I was watching some Boltar when I got back from the parts, picking up the motor and stuff. AVE, Boltar, same thing. He's always good with his videos. Well, mostly. Sometimes they're so short, it's like, why did I even wait through the commercial? But yeah, no, definitely use it for an education and try tackling it yourself if you have the confidence. If you don't have the confidence, obviously call in a professional. But I don't do this for a living. I've only maintained this furnace, another furnace, and helped out with a couple other furnaces because I knew how to work on my first furnace, which is a boiler, oil-fired boiler. And that was out of necessity because I didn't have the money at the time. And now I think, why should I pay somebody $400, $600, $700 to replace a motor for the boiler when that's the only thing, or I have hot air at this house. But anyway, why should I pay somebody that kind of money, maybe even $900? I don't freaking know. You tell me in the comments how much it would cost to replace that motor and fire it up again. Because I just did it for $107, and that's including the coupler. So, hope you guys have a good afternoon, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.